All right, thanks everyone for joining me today. My name is Mark. I'm part of Apple Leisure Group's account implementation team, and today is a very exciting day for all of you. And this is your first training on the implementation account. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to go over basically VAX, and also we're going to go over FunJet in the actual Anchor store. We're also going to actually go ahead and create a reservation, and I'll show you also, depending on the market, you can actually use the exclusive vacation nonstop flight options. So on my screen, you will see the VAX Vacation Access main page. We like to call this our VAX Mall. So in a mall, you have several stores you can go to. The one we're going to specifically work with is FunJet Vacations, and we'll get to that in just a second though. But you'll be able to actually do a lot of things within this main page already. So at the top over here, you could make new reservations, retrieve save itineraries for any brand. But to actually do a FunJet Vacation one, specifically, you'll have to go into that store. Also, on the left-hand side, you actually have a quick search page. This would be any brand you specifically want. If you use the drop-down, you could do Apple, Travel Impressions, United, FunJet. These are everything that is offered in VAX. Not everything is managed by us, though. ALG has 6 brands, and we'll go over that. But this is just a general page for VAX. So I'm going to actually hop into our actual FunJet Anchor store. To do that, we're just going to go over suppliers and FunJet Vacations. So this FunJet Vacations Anchor store page is everything to do with FunJet Vacations. You're not going to get anything for Apple Vacations or any of the other brands. This is all FunJet. And at the top here, in this yellow toolbar, I'm just going to kind of go over some of the little things that you can do within it. So where it says deals and promos, if you hover over it, you can look at promotion codes. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that so you can see what are the valid promotion codes at this time. So if you scroll down, you'll see what's available. One thing to keep an eye out is I'm going to highlight this. Some promotion codes will cap your commission at 10%. Those are typically the Ultra codes. If you click on promotions, it'll take you to a promotions page. It will tell you what promotions are available for specific areas. We're not going to get too much into that because there's a ton in there. But I just kind of wanted to show you where the promo codes are where you can find it. If you go under destinations and hotels, you'll be able to see the destinations that we offer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Mexico. And from here, it's going to give you a map of the areas that are offered in Mexico. So if I choose, for instance, Cancun Riviera Maya, and click on that, it's going to give you a drop-down of pretty much all the properties that are offered within that area by us at FunJet Vacations. From here, what you can do is you can click on the name of the hotel, and it'll pull up the profile. Okay. Yeah. So you might have customers that ask about a specific property that's offered. You don't necessarily have to go into the booking engine to see if that hotel's actually offered. You can actually go into that destinations area, look at the list, and see what's there. So I'm going to back out of there. I'm going to go to the main FunJet page again. And to do that, you can always just click on the FunJet Vacations logo. If you go under travel information, here's actually a great resource as well. It'll give you information about exclusive nonstop flights. Those are actually our charter flights where us as a company, we purchase out a portion of the plane or the whole plane, and then we sell it over to the customers. I'll show you how to see where the actual origins of these nonstop flights are. These are great for you if you're able to do it if your customers are coming from these origins, because it's going to give you the best commission at 15%, where some schedule airfare may be given 5%, some 0%. Also, it's going to be nonstop, and also there is a flexibility with it to where, because we actually own those seats, you're going to be able to make changes that you typically wouldn't be able to make with a scheduled airline carrier. So that would be something good. You can go in here and it shows you everything. Seat assignment information, baggage fees, upgraded seat options. This would be a great resource if you have customers that are coming out of one of those fortune areas. And again, we'll get into that a little bit later. Group travel. If you click on that, it'll give you two types of groups. You have contracted traditional groups, and then there's a groups your way, which is a flexible group option. So I'm just on that groups by FunJet page. It'll tell you the benefits and everything. If you scroll down a little bit more, it'll give you the two options: groups your way, contracted groups. If you click on, let's say, the groups your way, you can click learn more. And if you scroll down, it'll tell you everything that you need to know while you're looking at this groups your way option. It gives you basically a promotion code that you can apply to the reservation for a discount. You're able to possibly enjoy complimentary hotel stays, get added bonuses. There's a bunch of different things. It's just with this flexible group, you're not signing a contract. So you can also view all the bonus hotel offers. If you click on this view offers, it'll give you a list of all the properties that are participating in the Groups Your Way program, and also the discount and what additional benefits you may receive. You can look at travel protection. If you click on the travel protection, it'll tell you the cost of the travel protection if there's a holiday surcharge. It'll give you the overall benefits of it. You can also view that too when you're actually within your booking engine making a reservation. If you click on the actual profile or the name of the all-in-one travel protection, it'll pull up the benefits as well. Agent rewards. One thing I would recommend is get in there, take a look at the agent rewards programs, where you can look at agent vacations, upgrade bonuses, which I'm actually going to do. I'm going to click on that upgrade bonus for you. So it's something that during your booking process, there are hotels that you might see this indication for that will give you an additional commission bonus if you book an upgraded room category. So what you'll see is a red square while you're booking next to the hotel room category name. It'll say upgrade bonus and then a $sign available. If you hover over that, it will give you the drop down. That's a way to identify if that specific hotel has an upgrade bonus. Also, under agent rewards, you can look at hotel incentives. You can look at your agent bonus cash. Make sure you're signed up with agent bonus cash. And to do that, you just go in there and click on it, and then you sign on and hit register. Alright, so it got me out of there because that took me back to Vax. So let me get back to FunJet real quick. So that's where that was, agent bonus cash. If you go under agent tools, one thing I'd recommend is go under the agency website, create a GoFunJet website. This allows you to make money 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. How this works is customers are able to go onto FunJet.com. They'll locate a travel agency, and they'll be able to book it on FunJet.com through you. It'll be attached to your ARC, and you will get an email stating that customer is booked, and here's the reservation number. You'll be able to service it, and the commission and everything goes to you and your agency. It's one thing I'd recommend always signing up. You possibly have already, but just making sure. Alright, so we're back at our FunJet Vacations main page as well. Right here we are on our Book Now section. We have options of different types of bookings. If you click that drop down, it gives you flight and hotels, flight, hotel, plus Mexico Caribbean transfers, so that's where it'll show transfers included. You can do hotel only, hotel plus transfers, where the transfers will show included. Flight only, flight and car, hotel and car. You have activities only. You have Europe products, Asia products, ski. So there's several of the options that you're actually going to be able to do. Today what we're going to do is we're just going to do flight and hotel. then also the exclusive vacation nonstop charter search. So it's actually pretty easy to follow along when you actually are in your book now area. Obviously, why don't you go ahead and put in the chat which origin you want me to price out to show you from. Okay, so I don't see anything in the chat, so what I'll do is I'll just do Atlanta, because I know Atlanta has a decent schedule there. So where you're putting departing from, you're going to put your origin city and type it out. If you start typing it out, it'll give you a list of them. Or if you know the airport code, go ahead and put the airport code. I know Atlanta's airport code is ATL, so I'm going to plug that in. And I'm going to go to Cancun or Riviera Maya. So I can start typing in Cancun. And you'll see you have 4 different options that pull up. It says Cancun, Cancun Hotels. You have Cancun and Riviera Maya Hotels, Cancun and Riviera Maya, and then Cozumel via Cancun, because Cozumel you'll have to fly into Cancun and then take the ferry over. One thing I'd want to let you know is if you select the Cancun hotels only or the Riviera Maya hotels only, once you make that reservation and let's say down the road the customers are looking to change their hotel and it's in the other area, you're not going to be able to because you already narrowed down your search to be that specific area. So my recommendation is always just do the general CUN airport code. You are able to get up to 4 rooms and 8 adults on a reservation. So in order to add multiple rooms, click on the drop down, you can add 4. You can change your adults up to 8. Children as well. And one thing, I'm just going to click on one child. It will ask the age of the child when they travel. So you can actually enter the age specifically. So if they're 6, you can do it that way. Or if you click enter date of birth, you can put the date of birth in there. And then your travel date. So I'm going to just do something a little bit further in advance in November. So I'm going to click on that calendar. Let's say I'm going to travel on my birthday. So my birthday is November 12th. And let's say I'm going to do 5 nights. It'll populate your return. If you have a promotion code, this is where you can enter it. Right here. So I'm just going to put in promo just to see that you can type it in there. And also one thing that is recommended is pre-select your travel protection. It is always easier to take money off of the vacation rather than adding it onto. So that is just something I like to give a hint on, saying included with there, you can give your quote saying your total is $3,500, including your travel protection. It's a cancel for any reason. And then if they say they don't want it, then you can remove it and it'll be less money. It's easier to do that than the opposite way. And from here, I'm just going to hit search. And so what's happening here is the system's actually pulling up the availability for the flights, the features, which are tours, transfers, everything in the features section, and also all your hotels. So it's going to pull up your hotels first. The easiest way to go about it is go with the flow of the system. So it's going to pull up hotels. You can see the current selection that's pulled because it's going to have a blue highlighted section. And you'll see it where it says current selection here. What you can do to expand your room categories, click on that plus sign right next to the hotel name, and this will give you all the room categories that are available. If you click on the name of the hotel, this is the hotel profile. It'll give you the hotel details, the distance from the airport. You can just scroll through here. It will tell you the amenities, the accommodations, your dining options, activities, and also on here it has TripAdvisor reviews. If you scroll up a little bit from here in that profile, you'll see the types of promotions that are offered currently with the hotel. I can click on View a Map up here at the top, and this will tell you on a map where this hotel is located. So I'm going to just scroll this out a little bit. So up here is our Cancun hotel zone. So it's just a little bit south. So I'm going to X out of that. And from here, what you can do, there's several different ways you can actually use this filter. You can use the sort by option right up here and click a drop down. You can price it out lowest to highest, highest to low, alphabetically. Distance closest to the airport, furthest from the airport, location A to Z, Z to A, and also rating lowest to highest or highest to lowest. On this filter side, on the left-hand side over here, this is where I recommend you using your filters. As you see, it's showing 171 hotels currently available for these dates that we selected. We can narrow that down by quite a bit. There's this blue bar here where you see the price in the gray chat bubble. If you take it and move it, it'll narrow things down from there. So if we have a budget of, let's say, $4,700, it'll update it. So we went down from 171 to 167. Now from here, you can do additional filters. You can click on the rating. So if they want a 5-star property, you can select that. So now we're down to 67 hotels. And let's say your customers are looking for a adults only property. Well, you can go down to your experience, click on adults only. Now it went from 67 down to 25 properties. And now you're going to be able to see in your hotels, all the hotels that are offered. So you see how it's currently selected at Breakfast Riviera. You can do Secrets Divine, Secrets Capri. So from here is where you're going to be able to offer your customers. And from here, what I want to do is show you the flights, and then I'll show you a really neat tool that you can do if you have customers that are kind of on the fence between a couple properties, or maybe even the difference between some room categories. So just for this, let's say we're going to select the Allure Junior Suite Ocean View Double at Breakfast Riviera. From here, what it's going to do is it's going to populate our flight schedule. So we have Southwest Airlines that'll pull up first because it's going to pull up the least expensive. This is actually a pretty decent flight. It's an 11:05, gets in at 2 o'clock, check-in's at 3 o'clock, so you get there right around check-in time. But the nice thing is with Southwest, they fly free. So that is a big thing for customers, and that is what I would say I'm going to sell my customers on, is that nonstop from Southwest. So I'm going to hit select. And then from here, it's going to go to your return flight. Alright, so looks like we got a 4:10 p.m. out of Cancun. Gets back at 7:05 in Atlanta. Looks like a decent flight. I'm going to select that one. And here's just your itinerary summary page. So here's currently what we have. We have Southwest flights at 11 o'clock on the outbound on the 12th. Return on the 17th, it's a 4:10 p.m. flight. We have the Allure Junior Suite Ocean View Double at Breathless Riviera Cancun. And down here are your features. All-in-one travel protection. You have your transfers to and from the hotel with a complimentary upgrade to nonstop. But let's say the customers are looking at possibly some other hotels. What I'm going to do is over here, if you click on hotels, it'll expand your options again for your hotels. And on your right over here, there's something that says Create Sales Email. What you can do with this Create Sales Email tool is you can email up to 6 hotels or 6 different room categories, 3 car rentals, 6 features, and the flight. And you can put that all on one itinerary for your customers. This way you don't have to send 6 different email itineraries. So I clicked on the sales email, and now it shows preview sales email. We haven't done anything yet. So underneath your hotel room category, we see a select button that says add to sales email. So if you click on that, I'm just going to scroll down and select some other hotel room categories. Alright, so now Secrets Playa Harris, Junior Suite Garden View King. I'm going to add that. Secrets Acapulco, that is a fantastic property. Let's go upgraded room category, Romance Master Suite Ocean View. Alright, so I selected some options for our hotel. So I'm going to collapse that. Now I'm going to add some features. To do that, you're just going to click on the features, and it pulls up all your feature options. On your left-hand side, you have your filters you can do if you want to. If you want to change your ground transportation, here's the options for that. You can use that filter. You can do sightseeing tours if you choose to. Or also, this will work with any of the hotel filter results as well. If you type in a keyword, so let's say dolphin, it gives you the options for this one with the dolphin adventures. Me personally, I actually took one of those and it was fantastic. I always recommend it for people. It was neat. I still remember it, even though it was like 6-7 years ago. So I'm going to say let's add this dolphin encounter at Dreams Puerto Aventuras. And it says ground transfers are not included. Alright, so from here, we have a pricing. It says $99. You see your total of $198, so the $99 was per person. In order to actually add this to your itinerary, you're going to have to hit Add to Cart. And the way I like explaining that is you're pricing out your vacation package, which is kind of like taking your shopping cart through your grocery store. You want to put all these items in your basket. So that's what we're doing. We're putting everything in the basket. So I added the dolphin encounter to my basket. And one thing actually I didn't do, I didn't add that to my sales email. So that would have been left off. So I clicked Add to Sales Email. Now I'm going to click Preview Sales Email. You can get up to 10 email participants on this email. What I always recommend doing is email yourself as well, just so you know that you actually have some backup for it. If you scroll down, you'll be able to see the options. It'll tell you the number of adults and your flights you selected. It tells you your check-in and check-out date. Also, though, it tells you selected in the room categories. So we selected Secrets Playa Harris in a Junior Suite Garden View King. Came to $2504.53. This was the Air and Hotel option. Breathless was $2796.71 in the Allure Junior Suite Ocean View Double. The Romance Master Suite Ocean View King came to $4183.98. And if you take a look below, you'll be able to see where it says feature prices aren't included in this sales email. So you always have to add that on top of it. What you can do as well, though, is if you scroll up more towards the top, and where it says show prices, if you remove that check mark, your prices are removed. So this way you can select something for your customers. They can make the choice and think of the experience that they're going to have rather than go based off of pricing, or possibly take that pricing and compare it to a different brand or a different competitor. So that is something always nice that you're going to be able to do as well, is not show the pricings. When you send this, they'll be able to select the hotel here and be able to view the profile of those hotels as well. So from here, we are all set. We have our itinerary that we want. From here, what we're going to do is click on Checkout. And once you hit Checkout, this is where you're going to be able to quote your customers. Because sometimes dealing with live inventory with flights and a lot of direct link hotels, pricings can possibly change if someone grabbed it before you did. So always make sure you want to quote at the checkout page. And from here, here's all your pricing information on your right-hand side. It'll show you the days of departure, your base package price, your adult base price, you have options and travel protection, and this had auto-populated promotion code added it took up $103.07. Here is your total package price of $33.16.69. Gets you a per person rate. You can email this itinerary to your customers as well. Just put in their email address. You would hit preview and send it on its way. You can also see the included taxes and fees. These are all links here. So included taxes and fees. It'll tell you the different types of taxes and everything. So you can scroll through that and see what's included, what is not. Terms and conditions. If you click on the terms and conditions, it gives you the bill of rates. Additional baggage charges. If you click on that, and you click on the link inside of here, it'll take you to a media site that we have. And from here, it'll give you the option to find any of the airlines that you have. You can click on the link and find the baggage policy. Under here where it says Booking Administration, this is where you can see your commission. What you can do is increase your commission if you choose to as well. You can increase it by a dollar amount or a percentage. So in this case, let's say I'm going to charge $200. I'm going to type in 200 and hit set commission. You'll see the gross amount went from $33.16.69 to $35.16.69. So it went up to $200. One thing to keep in mind, you'll see the commission went from $335.38 to $515.38. So there's $20 missing. That is because anytime you add a service fee or an agency fee, there is a 10% processing fee. So $200 would be $20. If it's $100, it would be $10 and so forth. So I added $200. And from here, I am just going to go down and pretend like we're actually going to book this. I'm actually not going to, but I'm going to show you. So you see me scrolling all through these hotel properties, or this hotel room category. You're able to select a new room category if you choose to. It'll tell you the difference in pricing from your checkout page. It'll tell you under hotel advisories that whatever the hotel policies are. So this one is 3 days prior, you have a 1-night penalty. It gives you spring break advisories. It'll tell you if there's any hotel resort fees. So in this case, it's about $1.10 US per day for the eco tax. All Cancun Riviera my hotels now have that. Below, you're able to add or remove your features if you choose to from here as well. If you scroll down even more, here's your travel protection. If you do not select travel protection, you will not be able to complete your reservation without selecting one of these options. The all-in-one travel protection is always going to be the best way to go. If you click on decline travel protection, you have 7 days from your initial deposit to add it to the reservation. And one thing about that travel protection is it does give you a low deposit option. Depending on the airfare type, it'll be as high of $100 per person for the air deposit plus that travel protection. It could be as low, depending on the type of package you do, of just that travel protection. So that is another thing that it has an additional benefit of that all-in-one travel protection. Because if you see now, in our payment screen, I'm going to highlight this. It says deposit due, which is today, because it's Southwest Airlines, of $938.32. So it's going to require full payment for that airfare. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that travel protection back on.
Okay.
And then once that's added on, it'll update our deposit rules and everything. So back down here, it's now $461.98, so it's $100 per person plus that travel protection. We'll go over more of this payment screen in a few moments. I just kind of want to show you. From here, you'll just be able to create your reservation. You're going to actually have to add names as it appears on their ID. Good recommendation, get a picture of their passport. You enter your dates a month, Your emails, I recommend you putting your own email in there and then phone numbers. This information below, TSA Secure Flight Program information, is not required. That can always be added after through the airline's websites direct, or when they check in, they'll have to do it anyhow. If they have frequent flyer information, you want to click that to add it. You can only add frequent flyer information at time of booking. If it's after the booking has been made, it'll have to be done on the airline's website directly. That is because it actually won't go through to the airline once it's actually made. So once you add your names in and everything like that, below you have some comments and preferences area. So you have your itinerary tools, comments and preferences, special service requests. This is where you can put in your hotel requests. Let's say they're celebrating an occasion of anniversary. You can type in anniversary. Or VIP customers, 40th birthday, whatever it may be. At time of booking, this is when it will go over to the hotel. Good practice would be doing at time of booking, because some of the properties, if you make the reservation, it will not go over once it's made because it's on a direct link. But I'll show you kind of something really nice regarding AMR properties as well for that. Add-on requests. You can add on requests as well for any of your features. So I'm going to go down to my transportation, my transfers. Let's say you have another reservation that has the same itinerary. You can say traveling with booking ... So that'll send that over to the supplier as well, saying, hey, this reservation is traveling with, maybe we can get them all on the same transfer. You have the option to remove your promo code before you make your reservation if you choose to. Below is your payment information. So the first two are the ones you're going to want to keep an eye out. Those are the ones that are going to fluctuate depending on what you pay. The bottom two are going to kind of be fixed. So it'll always show a deposit was due on the 7th of August and the amount of the deposit was this. As long as you see payment up here of that $461.98, you met that deposit, you satisfied that deposit. Your full payment due date is always 45 days prior to departure, and here's your reservation total. So these two will fluctuate. So if you have $500 that you put down for your deposit, your balance due would be $3,016.69. Down here is your payment information. You can select up to 10 credit cards at a time to pay. Recommendation, I would do 1 or 2 at a time at most, but you are able to get 10. The rest is pretty self-explanatory with the card type. We accept MasterCard Discover, Visa, American Express, JCB, China Union Pay, agency check depending, and also we have gift certificates and travel credits that you're able to apply. If you scroll down a little bit more, you have final payment options, where you can select a date that you want to send out a reminder to your customers, or even to yourself if you choose to. You just put that email address in there, and then once you make that reservation, you pay it. Once that deadline comes up, it'll automatically send it out. Here's your terms and conditions. If you scroll through here, you actually have to click on this before you actually can complete any booking or any changes to an itinerary. Then from here, you just hit complete booking, and your reservation's created. That's pretty simple to do. It's just a matter of finding the information in there of what other things you can do when you're pricing out your vacation. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a charter destination search. So I'm going to go back to my initial page. If you hit search, it'll take you back. If you click on where it says exclusive nonstop vacation flights, here's a list of all the origins we offer these for. Boston, yeah, Chicago here, Midway. Some of them are seasonal. Some of them are year-round, like in Chicago here has year-round charters. Me, in Milwaukee, where I live, it's only seasonal. So here's a list of them. So let's say for me, I'm just going to do Chicago here. you can click on the month that you want. So we were in November. Here's where you can do your specific length of stay. I just leave that as all because you'll be able to see that in a few seconds. Number of rooms, adults, and travel protection. If you hit search, you'll see a calendar that's going to pop up. Here's all the dates in November that these are available for. So on my original itinerary I did November 12th to Cancun. I see November 12th. There's no option for those dates to go to Cancun, so I'd have to shift my dates. So here, if you just hover over the actual destination, you'll be able to see the flight pattern that you'll be able to do. You can do 5 nights, 8 nights, 10 nights. That's on the 11th of November. If I go on the 15th, I could do 5 nights, 7 nights, 8 nights, 10 nights. So everything has a different pattern. So I'm going to do the 15th to Cancun Riviera Maya for 6 nights. Alright, and so from here it's going to pull up and give us some options of kind of like it did in the schedule there, where it's going to offer us our hotel, offer our flights, but one thing I just kind of want to show you. So it pulls up our availability of our hotel. I just want to point out something. If you do have customers that have this, if you notice, it's updating. I've highlighted exclusive non-stop vacation flights. So this particular room category, if I select that, and then it's going to go to my flights, I just want to show you one thing. It just gives me these flight options because that room category is specific to these flights. Here's a way that you can be able to tell if it's an exclusive non-stop flight. You have your red C right here, and it'll tell you in the messaging right there. So let's say they want to see what other options for flights. You're going to have to change your room, and it gives you the information on here too, but you're going to go ahead and hit change room. And we're going to have to find a hotel room category that doesn't have that messaging right by our select button. Alright, so here's my hotel I selected Breathless. You can see that by current selection. Click on my plus sign. Scroll down. And you see it has a lot of this hotel has that exclusive non-stop option. So I'm going to keep going. Okay, so here's one. Accelerate. Junior Suite Tropical View King Bed. If I select that, now you're going to have different flight options that pull up. You can still choose that exclusive non-stop vacation flight because that's going to be the best for you if you have customers that are going to be able to fly out of those specific cities. Or you have other airlines. You can use your filters on the left-hand side too. Let's say they want a morning departure flight. You can click on morning. You have a number of stops. Let's say they want non-stop. So here's all my non-stops that are available. You can select by airline. So here's our exclusive non-stop flights. We have a Frontier flight that's the same one because we purchase X amount of seats on that scheduled air flight. You have American Airlines, you have Spirit, United, and anything that is in blue. If you hover over it, or if it gives you the pointer finger, you can click on it to find out more information as well. So I clicked on where it said 1656. So here's the specific flight. It's a non-stop flight. It's a 739. It gives you the terminal, the arrival terminal, the flight duration, and the type of plane. And one thing that you can also do too is save an itinerary. So to save an itinerary, when you're on your search, under your pricing stamp and under where it says set your own commission, you'll see where it says save, delete, duplicate. If you hit save, you can type in a name and save your itinerary. So I'm going to put test number 4. You see it pops up, it says test number 4 is saved. If you click on duplicate, what you just did is you duplicated it. So those are a couple of the things that you're actually going to be able to do just on your general bookings. Your next sessions will be quite a bit more detailed, such as advanced. We're going to go over multi-stop destinations, pre and post cruise. So you might have it where customers need a hotel for one flight and hotel for one night, and then a week later a hotel night and then the return flight. We're going to be able to do that. Also, I'm going to show you how to have it to where your customers fly into a city from one origin and then return back to a different city if they choose to. And in a future session as well, we're going to go over things that you can do in Vax once you've created that reservation as well. So that is what I have for you today. If you have any questions, put them in the chat currently. Okay, so I don't see anything coming in through the chat, but another thing I kind of want to show you as well is if you go under agency tools or agent tools and click on education, and if you go under education campus, here's a library for you to select. So let's say you are making an itinerary and you forgot to do something. If you click on that self-help library, you're going to be able to select this. So let's say you forgot how to add an agency fee to a reservation. Okay, so set your own commission. Okay, down here. You have a quick little 2-minute video, or if you're more of a person that likes to read something, you can click on the document, and it'll tell you how to go ahead and do it as well. It's a great resource for everybody. On our side, we use that as well. So until next time, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and I'll send that over to you probably within the next 20-30 minutes. And if you have any questions, you do have my email. Otherwise, if you email implementation, here, I'll jot it down for you. So implementation at applelg.net is a email box where I am in it, and a few of our other Vax trainers are in it. So it's always manned. We're here from 8 o'clock Central Time, typically till 4:30, 5 o'clock Central Time, Monday through Friday. So if you have any questions, you can always email that. Kathleen, you actually have my email as well. You can always feel free to reach out to me as well. So until next time, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.